Nobody's talking about date your age, date your age. I want to date my wage, so come on with it.
I don't want to be, don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
Unc in more trouble with women. This video is brought to you by SHINERGYLife.com. SHINERGYLife.com, ladies and gentlemen, is finally here. We have the day drink and the night drink officially at the headquarters, ready to be shipped out. So everybody that pre-ordered, you're going to get yours soon. And for those who haven't ordered, you better get it now because it's going to sell out like nobody's business. So make sure you go to SHINERGYLife.com, SHINERGYLife.com, and get your supplements today. Like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get it in. Let me just say this real quick. I don't know if it's true or not. I highly doubt that Shannon Sharpe did any of this to any of these women, just the way that they're coming out with these cases. When you see a person that's trying to achieve a dollar amount in a settlement in a lawsuit to obtain money and not justice, it raises red flags for me. If somebody were to sexually assault you, you would think you would want them to go to jail. You wouldn't want $50 million, to be quite honest. I'm just keeping it 100. Now, Shannon Sharpe can't be completely innocent.
Nobody's talking about date your age, date your age. I want to date my wage, so come on with it.
Well, you talking?
As a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak.
Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
I'm looking for a mattress sponsor now.
I thought the box breathed out of that one, Ojo. Hey, everybody want to sponsor nightcap?
Listen, I heard you now, boy. You knocked the goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog, the goddamn coins about that.
Yeah. Knock the coin like Super Mario. Ching,
what?
Ching,
man,
ching.
Listen, man.
And this is why I tell young men, keep your thing in your pants and don't be running around here hitting all these women, listening to the red pill movement. It is not a good idea for you to have sex with multiple women, especially just nasty, willy-nilly hitting women on the weekend, one-night standings. None of that makes any sense, especially if you trust God, and especially, probably even more especially, if you rich. Because I ain't never seen a woman file a lawsuit against a broke man for sexual assault or sexual misconduct. I ain't never seen it happen. They only do this to rich people. If a man got some money, she will come back 400 years later and say that you raped her. She's raised from the dead, resurrected to come back and sue you for some money if you end up getting rich at some point. So I say this to say, young men, take heed. One thing, I'm gonna talk about the two accusers, then I'm gonna show a video of Myron Gaines getting his head whooped. And me and him talked. So I don't feel bad by saying this because me and him will address this when we have a discussion. But he kind of got whooped on at the college event that he did, doing a change my mind type of event, and a man came up to him and pretty much said that what you said for men to do, sleep with all these women, ruined my life. I had to find Christ and now I'm married, or whatever the case may be. And I tend to agree with that guy when it comes to this red pill movement stuff, because they tell men to be a high value man is to be heavily sought by women and treat women like they're a piece of candy or something, like they're a dog. You put the dog on a leash and you tell the dog what to do and when to go and where to go. I think it's crazy and out of control that men want young women. What you want a young woman for? They don't know they ain't never experienced nothing in life, don't know what she's doing. You are insecure, so you want to have a woman that you think ain't been around the bush, so you feel secure about yourself. That's crazy. And so let me talk on Unc real quick. Roll the clip.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
ESPN and Disney have a wait and see attitude when it comes to whatever evidence they may learn about this entire situation involving Shannon Sharpe from a legal and from a civil perspective. What they didn't need as it pertains to those two things that I just mentioned, they didn't need any definitive evidence at this particular moment in time about all of that stuff once all the things Shannon Sharpe's lawyer put out there. It was uncomfortable to listen to, and it was not something that Walt Disney wants associated with its brand. So to have him on the airwaves while all of that stuff was put out there was not something that Disney was going to take. That is what I mean when I say I am not surprised.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter. Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
As you can see, this is getting out of control. He had to step down from ESPN. I think he was voluntold, right? I don't think it was his choice to step down from ESPN because he's stepping down for money. But he was voluntold to step down from ESPN as these accusations continue. I mean, the first girl was accusing him of forcing herself, which I've listened to the tapes, is bullcrap. The second woman is claiming that he forced her on her knees to perform oral. That just don't sound right. Y'all were in a relationship for 10 years. And one time this allegedly happened to you. He had no history of it. Just one time when y'all broke up, he made you do this. And you so distraught that you wait years later to try to file a lawsuit against him for defamation of your character. Ma'am, your character already bad if you sleep with a man you ain't married to. You can't defame your character even deeper than that. Now, I'm saying this because I'm not letting Shannon Sharpe off the hook because he wrong for messing with these women. Man, you a grown man. You in your 50s. He probably was in his late 40s when some of this happened. Bro, you too grown to be playing games with these women like this. Either get a wife, and I'm not advocating people do this, but get a wife or secure a situation with somebody that you ain't rolling the dice with. If you know what, men know what I'm talking about. If you just got to do it and you don't want to go to heaven or nothing, then you need to secure it by having a more robust contractual situation going on. But anyway, I want to play this clip of Myron Gaines because some of y'all may not have heard this clip, but this is the epitome of what I be saying. The red pill movement, I'm not saying everybody in the red pill movement is like this, but a lot of people in this red pill movement is leading people astray. And I will add this. After I play this clip, I want to talk about people in the conservative movement that's leading people astray, and I'm going to tell you why I wrote a clip.
Well, the reason I asked that is I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did, and it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier. But I felt...
Congratulations, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray, because I'm a walking example of it. And I think you're significantly damaging people, and especially you're leading people away from morality. Women are not sex objects. Women are created in the image of God, and they are valuable. And they should be treated as such. Why should God give you one of his children if you don't even know how to treat them?
All right. You've seen that. We all know that that's a means to an end, right? Going around sleeping with a bunch of women. And I'm saying this from a personal experience. And I wasn't really that bad, to be honest. I was too shy to talk to women 90% of the time. But I did have my moments where I was sleeping with women and just doing stuff because I had the lust to do it. And it never really made sense. And it's one thing that I tell people, and they're like shocked when I say this, that I regret every single situation I've ever been in outside of the woman that I married. Because it was pointless. What was the point? Now that I'm married, now that I'm happy, I made a commitment to a woman for the rest of my life, the only woman I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. What was I doing in these other situations? What profited me? Nothing. It's just me adding notches on these women belts. Me having these experiences, whether good, bad, or emotional, that didn't need to happen. They could have just not wasted their time with me and found somebody to marry. Or I shouldn't have wasted my time with them. I could have found somebody to marry. I regret it. Now, let me just say this, too, to the community. I saw Charlie Kirk say this, and I want y'all to listen to it, wrote a clip. Now, a lot of y'all will agree with Charlie Kirk, but I just disagree because I think there's a lot of nuance. I will never in my life tell you, get married young and have a bunch of kids. No, don't do that. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. You need to find your purpose. That's what it needs. Because some of y'all, in my personal opinion, not everybody gonna have kids. Not everybody should have kids. Some of y'all really don't want that type of life and you're not going to be good with your kids. You don't want it. Then don't do it because people are telling you to do it. Because then you're a miserable, terrible parent and you're raising these kids in broken homes. So what I will say is find your purpose. And if your purpose is to, and I would argue that most people should get married, but if your purpose is to get married younger, if that's in the purpose and God's calling on your life, don't rush it. Don't do it when it doesn't make sense for you. Because what happens is a lot of people feel for. That's why the divorce rate is what it is. And some people may be mad at me for saying this, but I'm just keeping it 100. The reason that the divorce rate is what it is because people are rushing into these situations and they don't understand who they are before they try to indulge in a lifelong commitment to somebody else. Because then they get in a relationship and then they over time, because they did it way too young, they start finding themselves and saying, you know what, I really don't like this. I really see my life going like this. I really would rather do this. Me and this person has nothing in common but sex and looks. And then you get older and more wiser and you realize, oh, I can't do this anymore. Or you feel like you've missed out on life because you didn't live a life before you smothered yourself in this life you never wanted to live. So I tell young women, don't be out there just throwing it around, but you don't have to rush to get married. It's not a knock on you because you're not married. You should be using that time to serve God, to work out, to be in shape, to read books, to figure out what you want in a man, to figure out what you want in a husband, to figure out, do you want kids? How many children? Where do you want to live? What does your life look like? You should spend your life building and planning and imagining what your future is and not running, trying to do what everybody else is doing. The same thing with men. You know, one of the reasons I think that, and I didn't hear Charlie Kirk's full explanation, and me and him may have to talk about this on a video. It's not a lot of men out here to marry either. Because young men are lost. Young men are looking for booty and beauty, and they ain't looking for no substance. And so the good women that they should marry, they looking over because they looking at the girl with the big booty. I'm just telling you, tell me I'm wrong. And so young men need to have a level of leveling up. And how is a young woman going to get married young when a man ain't even qualified to marry her young? These young men ain't got no job. They don't have no purpose, or they haven't found their purpose. They're not pursuing anything. They don't know if they want kids. They still want to play. They're not trying to be committed. They don't know God. I mean, you go down the list. So my advice to people would be find God and find your purpose first. And if that involves you getting married at 28, 29, 30, me and my wife got married in our 30s. Most people that are telling you to get married young and do all this stuff, they got married in their 30s. Or they had a whole bunch of money in the bank. and they completely had financial stability before they ever had kids. I'm just throwing it out there. To tell me somebody they got married super young, it's very rare. A lot of these people are established, or they have something going for themselves, and then they get married. It's better, we're humans are living longer. It's better for you to be established and be confident in who you are and get married later in life than to be running around like a chick with your head cut off, marrying the first thing you see, and end up getting a divorce. That's just my opinion. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.